Hello, Health Science 4502 Principles of Occupational Health. My name is Professor Van Dyke, and I wanted to give you an overview of the syllabus, the special assignment, and the labs. So here's the deal. I don't like Zoom. It's not ideal for you or for me to have to be available at a specific time, mainly 1 to 2:15 on Monday and Wednesday, and 9 to 11:45 on Monday and Wednesday for your labs. So what I like to do is make videos available to you that you can watch anytime. Now, that being said, I am going to be available to answer emails at any time. And that's going to be really the goal for us to communicate as much as possible so that we can answer any of the questions that you have. I'm always going to be available through email, so you can send me your emails and your questions in regard to what you're doing as you're moving forward. There are two things that you're going to need to do to be successful in this course. One of those things is to read and have an understanding of the PowerPoints that are posted as we move through them. And I'm going to make sure that you are well aware of what you need to read and what PowerPoint you need to be looking at. In addition to that, I'm going to be posting videos like this one that will give you an overview of what you need to do, what you need to understand, what are the critical, important pieces as we move through this course. And that's really going to be important to me, that you have success. I don't want this to be a course that's designed to create more problems for you. It's designed to be more flexible in the sense that you're going to be able to watch these videos whenever you want. You have to watch them that week. I'm going to be either posting them to Blackboard or I'm going to put them directly on YouTube, depending on how Blackboard is behaving. As you probably noticed today, Blackboard has been a little bit of a challenge to try to get onto it and stay on. So usually I'm going to post those videos to Blackboard, and I certainly think that as the quarter goes on, as the semester goes on, we'll be able to do this a little more manageably. But that being said, I need you to watch the videos. I need you to read the PowerPoints, and I need you, most importantly, to stay up with the announcements. I'm going to be making announcements on Blackboard all the time, mostly right before the classes. So probably Sunday night or Monday morning, I'm always going to post an announcement for you that I need you to keep up with that announcement, and I need you to understand what it is that we're going to be doing. If you have questions, it's your responsibility to send me an email, and I will answer those questions. If I get the same repeated question, I'll post it as an announcement and say, okay, this is a common theme, so let's go ahead and answer that question for everybody. So this first video is going to cover the syllabus and your paper that you're going to have to write, and we'll also discuss a little bit about the lab as well. So make sure, follow along, watch this video. I hope you get a lot out of it, and I hope this stimulates some questions and some conversations. If you stop watching the videos, which I can tell, I know how many people are viewing my videos. If the course isn't watching them, then I will stop making them, assuming that you know so much about this topic that you don't need my videos to instruct you through the PowerPoints. So I hope you get a lot out of these videos. And again, we will change this course ever so slightly based on my feedback that I get from my students. So it's very important for me that you get success out of this course. More importantly for me is that you get some skills that will transfer into your work life. I want you to leave this course with things that are going to be valuable to you when you go into interview processes and when you start looking for jobs. As you know, it's a real challenge out there, and I want you to all have great success. So this first video is going to cover what is essentially the syllabus that is on Blackboard already. Most of your PowerPoints are on there as well. So I'm going to do this first video, and I may just go ahead and immediately follow it up and go ahead and do your first lecture video, which is the intro PowerPoint as well. But we'll just start here for now. And again, send me those questions. I'm always online checking my students' questions and answering questions for them. So I hope that's helpful. The goal is to make this course so that you don't have to be at your computer at exactly 1 o'clock on Monday and Wednesday. I like the Zoom platform in the sense that it's great. We're just not ready for it. So with that being said, I hope you get more out of these videos. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope it's something that you can refer back to, because these will be left on Blackboard, and it will give you a chance to view these videos as you need to use them. So again, this course is Health Science 4502. My name is Professor Van Dyke. This is the fall semester 2020. So welcome to the semester system, and I hope you enjoy it. So we have made some changes to the course to cover a little bit more, but I think you're going to find that for the most part, this is exactly what the other students were covering, just with a different professor. I hope you enjoy my course. I hope you enjoy the information, and I hope you enjoy these videos and my announcements to Blackboard. So the meeting time is Monday, Wednesday from 1 to 2:15, and the lab is 9 to 11:45. So the lab's a little bit long, but we're going to really have to kind of tinker with this a little bit to get the most out of it. So I'm going to be posting videos, I'm going to be posting different stuff, and it's up to you to understand what you need to watch. And it will be in the announcements section, and it will also be in the videos as well as we move through each one of these weeks. So we have 15 weeks, and the 16th week is the final, and I think you're going to get a lot out of this course, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Okay, so my telephone number is not available. If you really need to talk to me, send me an email to william.vandyke@csusb.edu. That's WILLIAM.VANDYKE, the @CSUSB.edu, and that should be on the syllabus. I think I made the changes to that, but certainly we'll post that in an announcement after this video is posted. So I really want to get this to you before 1 o'clock so that you're ready and that you can kind of ease a little bit of that stress moving into this course. It's not designed to be stressful. I'm not going to make you be at a specific place at a specific time. I know a lot of you have jobs. I know a lot of you have a lot of outside pressures that will affect your schedule. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to utilize your ability to control your workload. It's a very important piece to, essentially being a responsible individual that has to work and balance personal issues and life and the stressors that come with that, including the environmental pressures like traffic and things like that. So keep that in mind. Let me know. Communicate with me. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. And we will move forward and make adjustments as we can. So this is the syllabus for Health Science 4502. You'll notice that I'm kind of reading along as we kind of go. So I'm not looking up going, I'm bored of this. I'm looking up and I'm actually reading the syllabus on my computer as I'm going through this process. So Health Science 4502, as you can see, the numbers have changed. This used to be Health Science 402, but as we moved into semesters, they had to make some changes to that. So Cal State's mission is to give you the very best education as possible. My job is to make sure that I am the facilitator for all of you. I'm certainly going to be learning from you, and you're going to be learning hopefully a great deal from me as your professor, but you will notice that the more you interact with me and email me and communicate with me, the more you're going to get out of this course. So make sure and keep that in mind. I'm always here for you. I'm not a professor that will only answer your questions during a 2-hour period. So I'm here for you to make sure that you're successful. Okay, so we do have that mission that we want to prepare our students to assume leadership roles in the 21st century. And this is right off of your syllabus. So make sure you read the syllabus so that you have an understanding of exactly what's taking place. It's going to be on Blackboard. There won't be any changes to it. So keep that in mind, that this is a reference guide for you to make sure that you can go back to it and take a look at it. Now, I hope that a lot of you are considering going into the MPH program. It's a fantastic program, and you'll have an environmental health science course with me if you take that course, which was 616. So keep that in mind, that there are a lot of great opportunities, and this course is certainly designed to help you along that road, to get you through the REHS, and to make you a much stronger candidate for these careers in the future. So the mission of the department is to prepare highly competent professionals. I want you to be good at what you're going to do. excuse me, I want you to work in the field with me of environmental health. So when you graduate, there's a good possibility that you may end up being a coworker of mine. You may end up being my boss someday. So I really want you to know what you're doing. I don't want there to be any mystery on what environmental health entails, and certainly what Health Science 4502 was able to deliver to you as a learning tool that will help you into your future. I want you to have great success, and I want you to do very well. So this is Principles of Occupational Health. It's a 4-unit class. The prerequisite for this course was 3052, which was 352. You may have taken that course with me. I hope you did, because a lot of this stuff is really predicated on that understanding of the 3052, which is now 352. So I know you've all had a lot of biology courses, physics, things like that, and I hope you really have great success in this course. So the course objective is to recognize and describe methods for the anticipation, identification, and evaluation and control of health hazards which are found in the work environment. So that's really one of the big pieces. Any place you work in environmental health is going to have a lot of need for personal protective equipment. You have to be able to identify what those PPE are. You have to make them available to the people that you're working with. You have to make sure that they're properly managed and properly utilized and properly stored. These are very important components when it comes to dealing with PPE, specifically gloves, depending on whether they're nitrile, latex, things of that nature, and respirators as well. These are all things that we're going to talk about as we move forward with this course. Very important components for environmental health. So we'll discuss health protection from biological, chemical, and physical hazards that are found in the industry. These are things that you will regularly come in contact with, and issues and questions that you'll have, whether you're a staff member or a manager. And I certainly hope that many of you go on to become managers for environmental health related fields. We're going to discuss current occupational health standards and regulations for worker protection against harmful components. Common analytical instruments and survey techniques for the measurement of these things. So, we'll talk about air quality monitoring. We'll talk about audiometers. It's one of the unfortunate things is that we can't meet personally because, when I took this course a long time ago, we were able to take audiometers to loud places on campus and find out exactly what the decibel output was in those areas. And I certainly do miss that. But again, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you get so much out of this course that when you do enter the field, that you have a great deal of knowledge in regard to employing these components. They're pretty easy to work. But at times, just sampling alone, do you move around and sample? Do you stay in one place? Can you affix something to your employees so that you get what is the PEL, the permissible exposure levels, and being able to find out these things, whether you're below that standard. And certainly from an occupational standpoint, these are things that OSHA is interested in, but more importantly, you should want to protect yourself and the workers around you. So these are important components of being able to utilize these instruments to make sure they're calibrated and make sure that it's something that you and the individuals around you can use with success. So we're going to have some reflections on field and lab experience to evaluate these environmental hazards. Now, unfortunately, I can't send you out into the field alone, and these things, I don't expect anybody to have an audiometer or a Geiger counter, certainly, sitting around your house. So we're going to have to do some videos. We're going to have to discuss things as best as we can. But certainly I know all too well that you're all very brilliant, and when you get out into the field, you're going to be able to employ these techniques very simply, very manageably, and something that's going to be able to serve you very well when you're working out in the field. So there are some textbooks for this course. I don't teach from the textbook. I really would encourage you to utilize online resources so that you don't have to buy the books. But again, this is something that you would really want to gauge on your own individual learning style. I learn very well from watching things, so I like videos. I like being able to go out and use my hands. And unfortunately, an online course really doesn't allow for that same level of interaction. So it's kind of important for you to ask me questions. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if I post videos, watch those videos. Have an understanding of what you're seeing. But in regard to the textbooks, you'd probably do very well with not actually studying from the textbooks unless you love to read. If you love to read, get these books. They are fantastic books. They will be very beneficial to you. They will be great reference guides in the future, and certainly something that you can learn from very easily. So accommodations, if you require accommodations, you have to go to Students with Disabilities. You have to contact them. I know they're available over phone at 909-537-5238. So if you have questions or you need accommodations, let me know. Don't wait until the last minute and say, I can't take an online exam with you because of my accommodations. Okay, so make sure that you are able to handle that in advance of having these needs for accommodations. So I know there are assignments that are posted, and we're going to be kind of flexible with this because before I was giving 5 in-class quizzes for this course. Not going to be doing that. So certainly there are going to be some examinations. You're going to have to be able to do well on your midterms and your final. So these are going to be what's going to generate most of your points for the class. Now you're also going to have your lab reports, and you're also going to have a written assignment. Now in the past I've assigned specific toxic substances for my class. But I would like for you to choose that on your own. And I want you to select your toxic substance that you're going to be writing on, and then just let me know. I want it to be interesting for you. I want it to be something that you enjoy writing on. So we will discuss this more further as the class progresses. So there will be lab reports that you're going to have to write up. There are not going to be any homework assignments that I'm going to have you do. Your homework assignment is really to keep up with the course. Watch the videos, watch the PowerPoints, reflect on those, and ask me questions. So your lab reports, which you're going to have a total of probably 9, possibly more. And again, this syllabus, I do reserve the right to make subtle changes to it. That's why you have to watch your announcements on Blackboard. Make sure you do that. You are going to have to do that. Okay, so right now I'm expecting that you're going to do 9 lab reports for me. That may shift ever so subtly, so keep that in mind. Okay, your lab reports should be between 2 and 3 pages, double spaced, and it should discuss the lab experiment, or essentially what we will discuss. So the videos that we're going to talk about, maybe some videos, maybe some personal reflections on these things, but it will also have the lab report that you will read, and you will kind of come up with some ideas in regard to how this would affect you if you were working in an occupational setting. Okay, so it should be concise on each topic, and between 2 and 3 pages, double spaced. And it's going to be due the following week, but you can turn those in at any point. So if you start early on this and you're finished with it early, send it to me and I'll grade it. If you're not sure about your lab report, send it to me. If I would like more from you, or would like for you to move in a different direction, I will make that advice and suggestions to you, and then you can make changes to your reports accordingly. Okay, so there is going to be a paper and a presentation on your toxic substance. It's going to be an individual paper. It should be no more than 10 pages, plus a title page, so that would be like an 11th page. And it should be double spaced, 1-inch margins, 12-point font, and then you're going to do a summary of your report, which will be between 10 and 15 minutes. And you're going to give this to the class. Now, here's the interesting thing, okay? Because we're doing this online, how do you make a presentation for your class? And certainly this was a challenge that I worked out with 3052 last quarter, at the end of last year. What I'm gonna give you some creative license to do what you want to do, make this something that uh, it really kind of expands your horizons in regard to your creativity, because a lot of the time when you're talking to stakeholders, when you're talking to people in the public health or environmental health realm, you will find that creativity will serve you well. And what I mean by that is, sometimes a PowerPoint is great. Sometimes a little short infographic works very well too. Now, for this 10 to 15 minute presentation, obviously you can't use Powtoons, because Powtoons have their free version. You can only do so many minutes. I think it's like 3 to 4 minutes. So one of the things you can do a PowerPoint presentation that has a voiceover. You can also do exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm going to be talking to you. I've already been talking to you for 20 minutes, and I'm recording this on my iPhone, and then I'm going to download it in some fashion onto the web and give you access to it. Okay, you can use a Dropbox. You can do any number of things, but you need to make sure that video gets to me so that I can show it to the class as well. And if you look at the schedule for that, you'll see that it's a little ways off, but these weeks go by pretty fast. So make sure you're ready to do that paper and presentation on your toxic substance. Select your toxic substance, send me an email, let me know what you're going to write on, and that way you can get started at any point. You can start now. But make sure that you understand what exactly it is that I'm after in regard to you writing this paper and presentation. Okay, so keep that in mind. I will probably do a video that specifically covers the paper and the presentation, but again, look forward to your questions at all times. So again, no more than 10 pages on the paper, and then your presentation is going to be about between 10 and 15 minutes that you will do this presentation, and then you will send it off to me. Okay? So attendance and participation are important, right? How do I grade your attendance on an online course? I really can't, but you need to be active in this course. And what I mean by that is you need to be aware of what's taking place. Generally, for me, if I have a class of 50 students, I'm willing to do maybe 1 or 2 letters of recommendation. So make sure that you stand out to me. Engage yourself. If I never hear from you throughout this entire course, I'm going to expect that you get an A in the class. Most people that take my courses get very high grades because I make it pretty straightforward. There's really no mystery. So you need to understand that if you want to stand out and you want to get letters of recommendation from me in the future, communicate with me. Let me know that you're interested in this course. Let me know what you thought about it. And that's going to help you quite a bit in regard to your ability to get letters of recommendation from me. So the point system for this course is going to be a little bit nebulous, but again, the main thing is that you're going to have 2 exams, at least 2 exams. They're going to be worth 50 points each. And then you're going to have a final exam that's worth about 100 points. And with the syllabus, it's a little bit confusing. So the exams 1 and 2 will be 50 points each. Your final exam is going to be worth 100 points. Your written report is going to be worth 100 points. Your presentation is probably going to be worth 100 points as well. I know it says 100. It says 75 points right now, but I'm probably going to go ahead and make that 100 points to make it a nice round number. And then participation and attendance are going to be 0 points. So I didn't make those changes to the syllabus because this is an old syllabus that I'm still working off of. But again, the main parts of your score are going to be your first 2 midterms and your final exam, your written presentation, your written paper, and your presentation. So these are going to be the key components that are going to drive your score. Now, it's easy to find out what you're doing in the course score-wise because it's all going to be on Blackboard, and it's going to be posted very quickly. So when you turn your papers in, I usually read them and score them within 3 to 5 days of actually getting them. And certainly hope to do so with this course as well. So with makeup assignments, there is no makeup assignment. If you miss something, you miss it. There's nothing I can do about that. So if you know you're going to miss something, let me know, and hopefully we can work something out before it's actually due. So communication is key for this course. I do not give makeup examinations. If you miss your midterm or the final exam, there's only one option, and it's going to be a monster paper. So don't miss those. Look at the dates, and they should be pretty much set in stone. I will do my very best to make sure that there are no changes in regard to the dates of the midterms and the final. Don't miss them, because if you miss them, the only opportunity to make them up is to write a beast of a paper, and I don't want you to have to do that. It's a very punitive process if you miss my exam, so don't miss it, okay? Academic honesty, obviously, I'll be running all your papers through plagiarism checkers, so make sure you don't plagiarize. Cal State takes it very seriously, so make sure and ensure that you do not have accidental plagiarism in your papers, okay? So class readings, we'll take a look at some of the class readings. These are going to be right off your PowerPoints, okay? So it has the week. It's a little bit off, so the week number is above what we're actually going to be talking about. So week 1 is going to be introduction and background, and that's going to be a separate video that I'm going to post here hopefully shortly today, but certainly before the end of probably the end of the day today. I'll have the second video posted as well. So you don't, again, these videos, video 1 and 2, you don't have to have these. Are you leaving? Bye. You don't have to have these videos watched. No kiss? All right, fine. Bye. So these videos don't have to be watched until the end of the week. You have the end of the week to watch these, and then certainly starting next week, there'll be whole new videos for you that you're going to have to watch. Okay, so with week 1, you're going to have the introduction and background of the course. Week 2, occupational toxicology. Week 3 is going to be occupational health standards and regulations, exposure assessments. Week 4 is going to be risk assessment and epidemiology. And then you're going to have your exam 1 in week 4. So, you'll see these things. They're going to be, the syllabus looks kind of messy right now, but certainly if you stay up with my announcements, you're going to do just fine with this course, okay? So make sure and do that. Stay up with those announcements, and I'm going to make sure that you have plenty of time to understand exactly where these things are going to take place. So with the lab schedule, the lab is again going to be fairly tentative, but week 1 is going to be the introduction and lab reports, and we kind of already talked about that a little bit. It's going to be pretty straightforward. So week 1, I may just have this serve as your video that you will follow along, you will listen to the announcements, you will read your announcements, you'll watch the videos, and you'll do that 2 to 3 page lab report that's going to be due after each lab. So week 2 is going to be occupational exposure limits, chemical databases, and chemical assignments for the semester. So again, I'm not going to be assigning chemicals to you. I want you to go ahead and select something that you're interested in. And then after week 2, you're going to write a 2 to 3 page lab summary, which is going to be very informal. You don't need to have citations or citation pages. All you need to do is write about what you experienced, what your thoughts were on this. So keep that in mind, okay? So the week lab activities are posted, and I'm going to do the very best I can to make this as interesting as possible for you. So if I put videos out there, make sure and watch them, okay? So I may try to find some OSHA videos and things that are a little bit more interactive for you to watch. So with that, this is essentially covering your syllabus. I'm going to get this video posted for you so you have a chance to watch it. And look for that second video, because it will essentially cover what would have been your video for the Wednesday course. But like I'd said, I want this course to be flexible for you. I want you to be able to watch these videos and answer those questions. So if you miss what would have been a Zoom video, a Zoom presentation, you're not going to miss those things, because I'm not doing Zoom, okay? I'm doing videos for you. I want you to watch these videos. I want you to be engaged with this process, and I want you to enjoy the flexibility of the course. And again, I'm going to let you know when things are going to happen. There won't be any mystery. A week before your midterm, you will be well aware of what you're going to be tested on. Okay, so keep that in mind. Ask me those questions. William.vandyke@csusb.edu. That's WILLIAM.VANDYKE, the @ symbol, csusb.edu. So I hope you enjoyed this intro video and look forward to a very exciting semester. So I'm going to post this video, and then I will probably go ahead and do your next video here shortly. Okay, so keep your eye open for that. Again, this is Health Science 4502, Principles of Occupational Health. Thank you so much, and I look forward to all your questions and your concerns.